Students, take your seats, grab your parchment, your quills, your magical inks, and your death saving throws because Book of Dawn IOTH Academy is back. Welcome, everybody. I'm Tormented by Gnomes. I'll be your game master in our 5th edition magical school adventure in the Four Kingdoms of Anacra. And joining me is my phenomenal cast consisting of Crowan, Leg Day, Lemon Kiwi, and Anacra. Welcome back, everybody. It's good to have you at my table.
Well, thanks for having us.
When we last left our heroes, some stuff had happened. Our young students, their most recent triumph was successfully binding a genie to their will by messing with the spell laid in around it, surrounding it. Now it has to obey their commands while staying within that circle. But they're also working on their end-of-year projects. It's the end of their second year at IOTH Academy. And first year was a little bit fluffy. Second year, they're expected to have a cool report to bring forth to the teachers. And young Arianna was studying, well, she had 2 projects going on, one of which she was going to share with the class, a report on plants being raised in different environments. And the other was trying to grow her own sample of the rare and dangerous Mordain flower, which grows only in the distant bogs of the Megaini dragon tribe. This stuff is extremely toxic. So in her last attempt to cultivate it, she rolled a natural 1 and currently has 0 hit points. Have I missed anything important, team?
I think we're good.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
We're either good or really, really, really bad.
You could have backtracked a few sentences and then things would have been great.
Yeah. Yeah, about that. You know, the thing that I really like about doing these streamed games is that you can always actually go back and check the VOD. You can't rely on the Dungeon Master forgetting things because there's evidence.
What VOD?
Actually, that VOD hasn't been released. You're not wrong. Gotta get the podcast up, gotta get the VOD up, do some clever editing. We'll just cut it right before that part happened, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Arianna, tell me about the place that you go to in order to cultivate the Mordain vapor. If I recall correctly, were you allowed to go there for your project, or were you using Dubasif and his magical teleportation to sneak to this hidden spot?
No, I was using the privileges that were bestowed upon me to do this project.
Okay, all right. So,
yeah,
you've wandered up to the grove. You were in the middle of extracting some of the flour, essentially. And as you were going to clip it and treat it, just a bit spurted out and landed directly in your eye. Personal protective equipment failed you. And so it kind of stings, kind of hurts a little bit. And the forest all around you, the trees just grow, towering above you, impossibly high. And mist rises up from the river. It's like you've shrunk down to just this tiny in this huge forest. And the colors of the sky above are rippling in curtains of changing lights. It's very, very strange.
Hey, it's like I'm right back home.
What do you do?
I guess my first instinct in the scenario would be to kind of sit in it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Right.
And then I think the second thing would be panic. Panic would start to set in, and I would just start yelling for help.
Mm-hmm.
I might not know that I'm not yelling, but trying to yell.
Okay. As you panic, the lights in their shimmering colors overhead start to glow brighter, and they take on the tone of fire, as if the sky itself was burning. And this eerie red light shines down, and the trees cast gnarled shadows looming over you. And the shadows grow deeper and darker. And as you yell out for help, the sound of your voice gets lost, eaten by the trees themselves. And you can hear flocks of crows, disturbed by the noise, cackling at you as they rise far, far too vast up towards the sky.
I'm gonna die. Alone and cold in the forest.
With crows.
With crows! That's a terrible way to go!
There's no snacks here.
And I never got second breakfast.
No.
This is the worst.
Fun fact, apparently today is Hobbit Day. I have no idea who decreed that, but I'm here for it. Yeah,
Great.
Wow.
yeah. That
I'm
does
gonna
you
be reincarnated into a hobbit.
It could happen.
Fantastic.
Nice.
All right. You're panicking, you're screaming, the sky is on fire, the shadows are scary, and there's flocks of crows everywhere. And you can smell smoke billowing. The mist that was rising off of the river nearby is now smoke, thick and acrid, filled with the scent of burning wood.
Cool.
What do you do?
At this point, am I mobile? Can I like crawl around?
Yeah, you can crawl, you can run, you can walk, you can do whatever you want.
Oh,
Allegedly.
great. I am
Great.
not okay. So I think at this point, like Arianna would be well enough aware of these woods because she's
Mhm.
been in them pretty often that she'd try to start moving towards Dubaseef.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
Oh, fantastic. I am not good at this.
You have inspiration as well.
Chat has
Do
given you
I?
inspiration, but pro tip, you might want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't like that, but yeah, I'm going to take your word for that.
I haven't asked
How
you to roll any death
foreboding.
saving throws yet.
Okay.
But why would I
True,
do that?
actually.
You're obviously not dying. Everything's just
Of
on
course.
fire.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
Okay.
Shish.
Okay. Damn.
Take that. Take
Roll.
that, crows.
Roll a charisma check for me. Just a flat charisma check.
You gonna Snow White your way through this forest? What's going on?
All right.
Not very good at flirting, but luckily it was with a tree.
Oh, good.
You push your way through the forest. The smoke clouds are getting thicker. There's heat. You can feel the heat of it. And you can hear screams in the distance as you push your way through to the heart of the forest. Or the heart of the rivers, rather. In the place where the rivers come together, steam is now emanating off the surface of the water. And you see the same ruins, the same platform where you first found Dubaseef. And as you walk up the stairs, he's gone.
Oh, what? Say what now?
Oh,
He's
shit.
gone.
Hello? Hello?
You're standing on the platform. There's the rune circle. There's the smoke in the distance. And there's no sign of Dubaseef. Are you standing there calling out? Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm at this point probably like calling out for Dubaseef, you know,
Mm-hmm.
hoping that he comes back.
Okay. Roll one more charisma check for me.
Don't fail me this time.
12.
Vaguely
Better?
okay.
Okay. What direction are you looking as you're calling out?
Probably up the stairs.
Okay. You're looking around, you're calling out. The circle is out of your field of vision for a moment. And when you turn back in that direction, Dubasif is floating right there.
Oh, thank God. Oh. Dude, whatever your name is, help? Can you transport me to, the hall? Yeah, the hall. The hall.
So be it.
The waters rise up and surround you. And when they part, you're standing somehow in a well, in the garden, in the hall.
Oh my God.
The garden is on fire.
What?
The whole garden is on fire.
I didn't do that.
Wasn't me.
You've heard of
Wasn't
bad
me.
drug trips, but now experience a guilt trip.
Me.
The hall is on fire. What do you do?
Are you sure Dubasif's little water circle thing wouldn't have put that out for me?
Doesn't seem to have.
Uh-oh.
And it's not slightly on fire. It's extremely on fire.
Okay, I am crawling back to that well and doing the little circle-y do thing to call back Dubasif to take me somewhere else.
There's no response.
Oh dear God.
I need you to roll a death saving throw.
Sorry.
And you have you been given inspiration on this? Let me see. Yep, you have 1 point of inspiration if you'd like to spend it on this. There's a button that says death saves on your character sheet. I don't know if advantage will magically apply. You might have to roll it twice.
Oh boy. Well, you know what? Might as well roll my chances for the first one. If I can find it.
Should be in the middle
Fine.
column of your character sheet.
Aha! I don't want to press the button. Do I have to press the button?
You
Find
gotta
out
press.
next
You gotta
time.
press the button. You gotta press the button. That's a successful save. Which is weird that
okay.
the dungeon master would be asking for that, because aside from the fact that the garden's on fire, everything's fine. Everything's completely fine. You're definitely not lying next to the river in the grove with 0 hit points.
This is fine.
Of course not.
That was eerily ominous.
Where are the rest of you at this point? This was just Arianna was off working on her project. It was just your reports, your end of year reports are due soon. Everybody's doing lots of studying. Let's run through one at a time. Crowan, where's Alyxander during this scene?
Alyxander is currently writing a letter. And there's like a place to do that, right? They have like a little station or something. So wherever that is
Absolutely.
in the Great Hall, Alex, take a piece of paper. I'm currently writing.
And where is everybody else? Let's
Taking
go
a
next
shit.
to Athalor. Go ahead.
Taking a shit. He's in the little
Nice.
elves room.
He's in the little elves room. All right. All right. Brilliant tactical maneuver or sophomoric humor? Only time will tell. Lemon, where's Garnet?
What time is it at this point?
Arianna, what time is it at this point? What time were you doing your experiments with the Mordain flower?
Lunch?
Cool.
Checks out.
Probably having lunch in the cafeteria with Squeaky or something. I don't know.
All right. Squeaky is the two of you are having lunch, and he is talking about how the flow, how it was IOTH who actually discovered the way that the Emerald Tablets had changed the laws of magic, and that's why if you look at a ley line map of the local area, it's obvious that the academy would have to be built here because it's at the confluence, blah, 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 blah.
I'm very interested. But I kind of don't believe him, so I'm asking a lot of questions, but that's it.
All right.
So lucky I'm taking a shit so I can't bully you.
Yeah. I'm glad to.
All right. Arianna, you're in the Great Hall.
Uh-huh.
Your garden is on fire.
Uh-huh.
And as if things couldn't get any worse,
An act of God.
Oh!
Could be a good one. Could be a good one.
the skies darken. Rain begins to fall.
The Gathering Storm, sorry, that was me.
Fire be gone?
Could be worse.
Okay.
It really could be worse.
So, here's what happens. Everybody in the Great Hall notices an abrupt change in the weather. As the golden radiance of the sphere surrounding IOTH Academy and the light of the sun at noon are both dimmed. And it begins to rain. More weird weather. You're not supposed to get, rain except according to schedule around here. Very strange. This rain is also falling where Arianna is, in the garden, where everything is on fire. So the fire begins to hiss, and it slowly starts to go out as just water pounds. For everyone else, it's like, oh, that's odd. There's sort of this drizzle coming down that wasn't on the agenda. Arianna, storm clouds just emerge from nowhere over the Great Hall. Thunder arcs from cloud to cloud, and a torrential downpour begins to extinguish the flames in the garden.
Hey, as long as I don't get struck by lightning, I'm all right. I'm all right with
It's
that.
unoriginal. You're gonna drown.
Again!
Twice, in fact. This is a really bad safety record at IOTH Academy.
All right. Arianna, the garden's on fire, but it's being extinguished by sudden storm clouds. What do you do?
I'm probably start crawling to the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm either walking or crawling my way from out of this garden into the actual building.
All right.
Dragging herself through the rainy mud.
You notice that the fire is almost entirely out, but not quite. There's one flower that's still just absolutely burning, just like a torch. As you approach the Great Hall doors, where are you hoping to go?
To the nurse?
Okay.
Teacher.
Hello?
You throw open the doors of the hall, which is more difficult since the doors are soaring way, way above you, much larger than usual. The doorknob is this massive ring that you have to, with all of your tiny 11-year-old strength, to get it open. And the door opens to your bedroom. Not your bedroom at the Great Hall. Your bedroom from home.
I'm still in the damn forest, aren't I?
Roll an intelligence or a wisdom saving throw. Your call.
Oh, God. I'll pick intelligence because I have a higher score for that. That
10.
was very bad.
You haven't used your inspiration yet. Would you like to?
Knowing what is ahead of me, no. No, I do not.
I'm
Okay.
gonna stay dumb and I'll be proud.
Well, we will say at the very least that Arianna is aware of the fact that things don't work this way and this should not be happening. extremely sus. As you have that realization, roll a death saving throw.
I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm gonna die.
You got this.
I'm gonna die.
You not have this.
4. Would you like to use your inspiration?
Hey, I just have to get 2 more successes, right?
Correct.
Or 2 more failures.
Thanks, Crow.
Oh,
We're gonna let it roll, okay? We're letting it roll.
All right.
that's our warlock.
You have 1
Death comes for
success
us all. What's the point of anything?
and 1 failure.
Oh god.
You've thrown open the doors of the Great Hall. Your bedroom at home is inside. What do you do?
I guess I walk in, look around, and start calling for my parents.
Okay. All right. Roll a charisma check.
That's pretty
17.
good. I'll take it.
Do some really good lying to your parents about what you've been up to.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. As you call out, you can smell the. You can smell a delicious meal being prepared in the next room over,
Oh, thank God.
just like back at
Snack.
home.
I missed lunch, okay?
And you hear a voice, but it's kind of hard to make out what it's saying. In the next room over.
Hello?
Arianna?
Wait, that was my name. Hello?
I'm sorry.
Arianna would probably try rushing to the next door and seeing if she could open it.
Okay. It's stuck. Just absolutely fused shut, stuck.
I'm running into a tree, aren't I?
That's that failed charisma from earlier. I love
The
you,
tree becomes a brick wall.
Let's see. Garnet, are you actually interested in all the stuff that that Squeaky is saying, or are you feigning interest?
No, I'm probably interested in the magical source and stuff around
Okay.
the IOTH Academy. Yeah.
Great. Roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh. Let me get my sheet out.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh.
If Arcana spice.
25. Okay, you are very handily absorbing all this information. You have an excellent idea of the flow of magical energy surrounding IOTH Academy, having absorbed all this information from Squeaky. I have no idea if that's going to come in useful, but you know it now. And if
Right.
you feel free to pull that out of your back pocket to surprise the DM at some point in like 5 sessions.
Okay.
Hold
Let's
there,
see.
villain. I know something about this.
Athalor, roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Thanks, chat.
Nice.
For your dignity.
For your
sitting on
shit?
the toilet.
For your actual shit.
Your dignity saving throw has been failed. The struggle is
All
real.
is gaped.
Your last
Magical curry's one hell of a thing. Oh,
Oh, chat wasn't going fast enough for that one? Do it. All right, I'm gonna stay muted.
will I get the Vindaloo?
We're 30 seconds into the video, right?
Oh,
Moving on.
All those popper ones. The elf constitution is not made for this.
Moving on. Alexander, tell me, obviously you're the only person who's aware of this, but tell me about this letter that you're writing.
Yeah, I think Alex is still hung up about the Sventisco thing, so he's writing another not fully anonymous letter, but the letter will read something along the lines of, hello, Sventisco, how have things been? It's been a couple of years. Are you enjoying your time here at the school so far? And then he'll sign it ACB, and then let it be sent.
As you are setting quill to paper, you feel a cold wind rush through the room. Nobody else, the paper doesn't move. Nobody else says a single thing. You can almost hear that voice in the back of your head, preparing to say something. Then it stops. It freezes. The cold wind itself freezes exactly in place on your skin, in your soul. It's very strange.
This specific feeling hasn't Alexander hasn't felt this right before.
Wait.
What?
Something has changed.
Has Alexander noticed the weather thing yet?
Yeah, you've noticed the weather thing for sure. The rain was unexpected.
Does it seem like a big storm or anything, or just
Just a little unexpected rain.
Oh, okay. Something's changed. What? Something big then, I guess? Why? Should I be concerned? What should I do?
The Grove. Go!
All right. And Alex will, if he wasn't finished with the letter, just stuff it in his pocket or something, and just try to make his way not full running, but fast speed walking, and starting to make his way to the Grove.
All right. Does Alexander have any kind of permission to leave the Great Hall?
Probably not, but he would lie.
And what lie is he going to spin to get himself over to the Grove?
I mean, he would know of vaguely of the project that Arianna is doing, and we've been over there before on helping her with stuff business. So Alex would say that probably just my friend Arianna needed me to assist in her project. It's for the end of the year. She's doing things in the Grove, it involves botany, and so she got permission there, and we got permission actually before as well to help her. So she needs something, I think.
All right. Roll a deception check for me.
Sure. Oh no. 8.
Oh no!
That's
Why
a
is
6
this
bonus
time?
as well.
Yeah.
An 8.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna
not.
just go and watch the Mets.
They're not buying it. I mean, if you had specific permission, then Arianna would be with you. She would be in contact with you. What are you up to, young man? Garnet, you would have seen Alexander abruptly get up and walk away. It's up to you whether or not that would proc any sort of investigation or action on your part, or if you just keep letting Cryus tell you all about the local ley lines.
If Alex is looking maybe visually concerned or something, uneasy with whoever he's talking to, I might want to run up and
Yeah.
and see if I can help.
I think actually Alex would do something similar upon like not being able to not buying it. He'd probably start to make his way towards probably saw Garnet in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Make
cool.
his way
We'll meet
through
like
there as
halfway
well.
or something.
Yeah. It's
So
like
sleeping behind with his divining rods. Like, fine. I was gonna share these.
It kind of takes a moment trying to figure out like how to phrase this, but I think something is wrong, Garnet. In
What do you
the
mean?
in the grove. I'll try to explain more later, but I need to be able to go there, and I tried to get out, but they wouldn't let me. They didn't like the excuse of helping Arianna with her project.
Well, okay, I have an idea. But if I touch you, are you gonna burn alive again?
It depends on what you're going to do.
Okay. Trust me. And I'll like take his hand and cast a pass without trace in a way of like, I got this place. I got this dark hallway over here. I saw no teachers were there.
Okay.
I think we can go down that way.
As you cast Pass Without Trace, the shadows linger around you. Your footsteps are dampened, and both of you get a +10 bonus to your stealth checks. Athalor, roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh no! Wait. Oh, okay.
A natural one! A natural one!
That's rough, buddy.
I thought Alex for some reason was dying. Okay.
No,
scared me.
no, it was Athalor. It was to see if he was going to be out in time to see the two of you sneaking away, but no such.
Real preoccupied.
All right, you may need to see the nurse, Athalor.
Lose 5 hit points of bludgeoning damage.
Arianna, the door is stuck completely shut. Doesn't even seem to be opening. And the temperature in the room abruptly drops. Frost creeps across the window panes. You can see your own breath.
I'm gonna crawl in bed.
Okay. All right. Someone hit the Inception horn for me. You crawl in bed. Are you just trying to warm yourself up? What's the plan here?
Yeah, it's cold. I
Okay.
see a warm bed.
All
My
right.
bed. I'm gonna dive right into it. I hope.
All right.
I'm like burying myself under moss or something at this point.
Just burrowing down like a mole.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay. You roll over in bed and you're trying to get warm, and it's just absolutely freezing right now. Roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh no.
Six.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Okay. The wind howls outside. And through your window, you can hear shouts, screams, and the sound of steel on steel, as if a battle was going on.
I'd probably get up and go to the window to see what's going on.
Okay. You have to a little bit in order to actually see through. On the other side of the window is another bed and another little house. And sitting up in that bed with the blanket clutched up to her neck, is Sventisco. And the door is hanging open, blowing on its hinges. And a shadow is standing in the doorway. The light, the faint light in the room glimmers off of its armor. A body bleeds on the floor before it. Tears stream down Sventisco's face. And the armored figure looks at her and has to duck to go back outside to where the battle is raging. And as it goes, you can just barely see an insignia on the tabard, the cape this figure in armor is wearing. And it's the same insignia maybe you've seen before, maybe you haven't. It looks exactly like a birthmark that Garnet has. And as it passes through the doorway, you can see the light falling on the body. You just see an arm splayed out with a knife held, covered in blood, as it slowly releases its grip. And Sventisco weeps. Roll a death saving throw.
So I'm going
Don't go towards the light.
crazy.
Don't go towards the light.
Don't do math, kids.
Oh no!
Especially not like this.
I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, roll again. All right.
Oh, the
You have two, instead of immediately accruing 2 failures, you have 2 successes and 1 failure.
You see
Whoever
why I
gave that
saved that?
inspiration
Actually saved.
literally saved their life.
Like a 5-head play right there.
You have 2 backed up now, by the way. Chat has been ringing them down on you.
What does healing boost
I
do?
love you.
Oh, healing boost recovers your health.
If you had any.
Yeah,
This is where I
chat,
put my heals. If I had any.
chat has spent like 6 on Arianna. So
You're being revived by a cheeseburger. Wow. This is taking a turn.
That is very Arianna, to be
That's
honest.
very Arianna. Cheeseburger! You came back for me. I knew you would.
all right. Back to Alyxander and Garnet. Shrouded in the power of shadow, it's also sort of an illusion where unless people look directly at you, their eyes just gloss over you. I would like
cool.
both of you to roll stealth checks, and you get to add +10 to these results.
Also, when
Don't
Garnet-
even need it.
Oh.
I am Batman. I am darkness.
Oh my god.
Well,
31 and 19.
when
She
Garnet
just walked
cast
through
the
walls.
yeah, when Garnet cast the pass without trace on Alex, did anything happen there? Was there any?
No.
Okay, Alex
Nothing-
definitely would have flinched at that. I'd be like, "What are you gonna do?" And then cast a spell, and he's like,
I said,
"Ah."
trust me. No, trust me. It's fine.
Nothing at all happened.
I'd like to imagine him like creeping past the bathroom and everyone's distracted by. Ah!
Yes.
I think you need those healing points for yourself, my dude.
We had 0 hit points on the shitter.
Somebody heal Athalor's intestinal tract. Athalor, roll 1 more Constitution saving throw. at disadvantage. You have a point of inspiration if you'd like to use that to neutralize the disadvantage.
Ah, fuck it, let's go.
All right, we'll do it live. Roll it. Okay.
Thank you. My immersion is complete.
The production value you can only expect from Casters and Castles, folks.
Oh my god.
All right. Okay. So, Alyxander and Garnet sneak off and are making their way to the grove. Athalor takes a moment to recover from a traumatic experience. He'll catch up with us in a moment.
Some Charmin.
I'm having a wet wipe and a fucking think about what I've done. Reevaluating my choices.
Arianna, what are you doing?
I think at this point she would see the person in the armor or whatever it is she's hallucinating at this point leave.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd probably try to open the door that's in front of her and go towards Ventisca.
It's a window. It's not a door. It's just the other side of the window.
Oh. Well, then she is pounding on that glass.
Okay. Roll a charisma check for me. All right. 12. You hit the glass and it cracks in a spiderweb pattern. You hit the glass again. You hit it a third time and it shatters. And it pours through to the other side. And it opens into the lodge in the grove.
What? So Ventisca's not there anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. But is there a bed?
There are several, actually.
I'm gonna take a bed.
Okay, you're going to be like, this bed sucks. I'm getting in another bed. All right.
Upgrades, people, upgrades.
Ariana's instincts are just, all right, is there food? Yes or no? Is there a bed? Yes or no? Priorities. I respect it. I respect it. Okay. Athalor, you emerge several minutes later.
Full of regret.
Full of regret.
No
But
dignity
otherwise
attached.
empty.
Surprise meat lunch.
Regret and nothing else.
I think there was a lung in there.
You sort of missed your two classmates sneaking off. And I don't know if you would notice that they were gone or not. I don't know if that'd be unusual.
I assume that Athalor kind of noted the squeaky diatribe,
Mm-hmm.
trying to cook up some insults while other things brewed, and it's like, he's by himself now. Might be time to approach the old Christ. Oh, did Garnet leave you alone?
He just looks at you. Sizing you up. What do you do?
Well, you didn't know where she'd gone, did you?
And why would I share that information with you? You are a rapscallion and a menace.
Could I roll to intimidate?
Yes, you can.
And you'll be naught but a stain under elven tread if you don't tell me.
You ready to back those words up? Fiend, rake, bully.
Bully, I'm simply asking a question of you. Oh, Christ.
Oh, I know all about what you've done. You're not going to menace any of them any longer. How about meet me in Broxworth Hall tonight if you've got the guts at midnight.
I'll meet you there if you tell me where she's gone.
Roll a persuasion check.
Bam.
Oh no. Idiot caps.
One of those days, boys.
Roll an insight check, Athalor. 14. Pah! Fie on you. He has no idea. He has no clue. He looked away for like 2 seconds and she snuck off. You don't have all that context. She got a 31 on her stealth. She practically teleported. You don't have all that context, but he doesn't actually know. You do know he doesn't actually know where she went. But his challenging you to a wizard duel was 100% serious.
Well, I'm not sure if I'll be around tonight, but I'd advise you to wait there. Maybe after you're done clearing up after Garnet's lunch here, you can start practicing. I'm sure you're going to be into that.
Maybe after you're done cleaning up the loo, I'll be a full-grained wizard with 5 years of experience.
Got him.
Okay. I deserve that.
Is there anything else that you would like to do? Otherwise, I think I fear you.
I think Athalor is out for this one.
All right. It takes Garnet and Alyxander a good half hour at least, probably more, to cross the stairs that lead all the way to the Grove. When they arrive, they must roll a new set of stealth checks to bypass the caretakers who keep watch over everything.
All right.
Roll those for me.
That's better.
33 modified and 24 modified. And this, friends, is why Pass It Without Trace is on my list as a spell.
Yep.
All right, you just wait for them to turn their backs and you keep walking. Arianna, roll a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh boy.
21. Okay. You have, as you roll over to sleep, tossing and turning, it's really hard for you to get comfortable. Have you ever had a night where it doesn't feel like you slept at all, but you can't remember the whole night, so you must have slept?
Yes.
That's what it's like. But in the course of it, you just get these like brief, faint images of red clay walls of a city with the same banner as was on that tabard hanging over it. Armies marching out, the shadow of a vast beast's wings passing over, a legion of soldiers, just bits and pieces, fragments that you can't quite piece together. And through it all, it's cold. It's this bizarre, blowing, bitter wind through it. But every time that it starts building up, you sort of pull your blanket over you and it goes away. What do Alyxander and Garnet do once you actually reach the Grove?
Well, Alex, upon getting here, realizes that he doesn't have any direction anymore. So asks the voice in his head, "Where now?"
The cold wind builds up around you, and seems to be blowing you in a specific direction into the forest. Arianna, would the rest of the team know where you're doing these experiments? Would they be familiar with the location?
Don't think so.
Okay. Nonetheless, the winds are blowing. Roll an insight check for me, Alexander.
Sure.
9.
9.
All right. Garnet, Alexander just seems to be going. Do the two of you discuss anything along the way? Are you just sort of hustling? All he said was, "Hey, Ariana's in trouble."
Yeah, and
Uh, I don't know. I'd probably ask questions like along the way, but
Mhm.
I think upon getting to the grove, definitely Alex like pause a little bit and just turn to Garnet and be like, all right, this way. Come on.
like, well, this is weird. So, yeah, where is she in trouble? Or wait, did you say that it was Arianna in trouble?
I just said that was my excuse to get on over here, was that Arianna needed help with like her project. Cause Alex doesn't know actually like, what's going on in the grove. He just
Oh, okay.
Following the rando
grove.
voice.
Yeah, just following the voice.
Well, do you think we're gonna be back by 2? Because I think I have potions class at 2, and is this like, are we just helping her with some stuff, or do you know where you're going?
I'm going to be honest, kind of, but not really. Are we gonna back by 2? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just have the sense that something's wrong. I don't really know why, but just trust me on this one, please.
Okay, lead the way.
All right.
The cold winds lead you through the woods, along the rivers. And Arianna, can you describe at all the location where you've been doing these experiments? What somebody might find if they stumbled upon this site under normal circumstances?
Yeah, it it kind of looks like I'm making something up here.
That's fine.
Arianna would have found a nice clearing in the middle of some of the trees. You know, there are spots of those kind of littered around the grove that people don't necessarily know about. And why she was really interested in those is because she could have a very clear view of the sky with all this natural light to help with her experiments and just to kind of enjoy the sunshine. So one of those pockets is probably where she would have been hanging out.
Okay. Over the course of another half hour through the grove, the cold wind guides you as the rain continues to fall gently until last you come across a forest clearing. And you see Arianna lying face down, and it's been raining on her for a little while. Just face planted in the middle of the forest
Drowning
floor.
in mud.
Alex be like, wait, is that Ariana? It actually was. Garnet,
Wait,
look.
you're right, you wizard. And I'm like freaking out though, and like grabbing like I don't know if I have like a cape or something, or just something to probably turn her over and have her lay on something dry. And my probably first instinct would try to use healing hands on her.
Okay. As you do so, the light shines upon her. The birthmark glows brightly. The cold wind guiding you recedes and recoils away, Alexander. And Arianna, that strange, frigid breeze and the sounds and the distant images, gone, washed away by warmth and light. As you blink your eyes open.
Garnet?
Are you
Alex?
taking a nap? What happened to you?
A lot. I'm not even sure what I experienced was real. One moment I was working on a project, and then the next moment I was talking to Dubasif and then getting transported into the garden that was on fire, and then all of a sudden I was back at home, and I saw
Oh, okay.
Santiska.
What were you working on? What happened?
Well, you remember those dried leaves that I found when we were going underneath the castle?
Vaguely? What did they do?
Well, they were called Mordain, and I
Right.
was trying to figure out a way to resuscitate that into a plant form. Oh no.
Oh,
I think I need to go to the nurse.
Arianna, roll a perception check for me. With advantage, please.
Huh.
15. The first thing you saw when you came to was the glowing outline of Garnet's birthmark. That's all.
I probably would have shared something about that too. Wait, I also saw something else. I saw this emblem, and then when I woke up, I saw the exact same one as.
oh, this one?
Wait, yes, that was it. Garnet, what is that from?
How do I say it? Zalor? I don't know. I'm stuck with this.
Plus 1
Why
XP.
you?
Zalar. Spelled like.
Zalar, damn it.
Yep.
But I think like Garnet probably hasn't like thought about it. So she'd be like, whatever, like potato, Zalar. You're dreaming about me, Arianna?
Well, so one of the effects of the Mordain leaf is that when you steep it and then you smell the vapors, you kind of hallucinate.
Ariana, are you doing drugs down here?
No.
You didn't hear it? What the heck? I thought we were
No.
friends.
Well, you know what? I have more, but that's not the point. I think I got I think I got some in my eye. And then all of a sudden I was having these wild I guess hallucinations. But the last thing I remember seeing before crawling into a bed was that Sventiska was in this house with the wind blowing and these sounds of there being kind of like a battle. She was crying. There was somebody dead on the floor in front of her. And somebody with a tabard standing in the doorway that had the same symbol as what was on your hand, Garnet.
Am I making like anything of this? Is this like drawing to some like specific battle, or is this just like
It's not a
Me-
specific conflict you'd be familiar with, but that does sound like the regalia of the Phoenix Guard, the elite warriors of Brontha.
Who can remember the
Oh.
horns of Brontha?
So I say
Hey,
that.
Alex.
This sounds like a Phoenix Knight, what you're describing. Have you ever seen those before? How would you come? Oh,
I don't think so. And I don't think in any of my classes we've studied that. And while we're on the topic, why was Sventiska, do you guys know at all why Sventiska was acting so weird after you three left the grove?
like Garnet's like nervous, like
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Probably.
you first.
Well, I mean, first of all, Ariana, you said you got that in your eye. Does your eye hurt? Do you need the nurse like right now?
Well, I'm tired and I'm cold and I'm wet
Yeah, we should
and
probably start
very hungry.
heading back then. I'll tell you on the way, but are you okay to walk?
I think so. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
But basically, there was an idea thrown around between, I don't remember at this point, probably Athalor brought it up and went along with it, about doing a little prank as being our last time in the Grove to Sventiska, and
Ariana is a very, very sensitive one. If she thinks you had anything to do with this, what will she think of you? Best lay it at Athalor's feet.
Do you remember that night, Ariana? There was like a trumpet sound. It was pretty loud. I think it woke a few people up.
I think so.
Yeah, Sventiska included, and not that it wasn't like targeted at her. It's just a dorm-wide prank, but she got really scared by it, I think.
You know what? I may not know what a Phoenix Knight is, but I wonder if the things that I heard and saw were real on some level. Do you think maybe Garnet, does that sound familiar to you? You're the one that knew about the Phoenix Knights. With horns?
I don't know. Do I know?
Horns check out, armor checks out, tabard checks out. Only conflicts you were aware of were against the demonic Imperiums, the Iron Empire, the Iron Butchers, the Raveners, those sorts of folk.
I don't know anything about horns. Well, dreams feel really realistic sometimes. Did you pinch yourself? Did you feel any pain?
No, just mostly cold. And sometimes there was a lot of fire, which does sound accurate for things that I have been involved in.
Sometimes in our nightmares, our deepest regrets resurface, and maybe this is something you've been internalizing since your childhood, and now it's exhibiting itself in your nightmares, and all you do is just keep on swimming.
I'm just so concerned. I've never seen Sventiska cry. I'm not even sure I know what that looks like. Oh, well, I guess we should get back.
Yeah, probably.
Well, don't go messing with any silly mushrooms by yourself, at least.
Yeah,
Growl the owl bear says, take a bite out of drugs.
Only you can stop childhood meth consumption.
Garnet, by this point, your spell has worn off. How many spells can you cast per short rest? You have 2 spell slots?
Yeah.
All right, if you hit it again, you should be able to make your way back.
I mean, I'm thinking we could just walk through the front door. I think leaving was not so fine, but coming back in's probably fine. So I probably won't cast it.
All right, you guys want to try to talk your way back? It will be a little bit easier with Arianna with you.
Yeah, they helped me before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think,
Do we have some of our equipment we can carry you back? I assume you're done with the site, right?
Yeah.
Well, she's not done, but you'd have some field gear.
Singular flower pot you're like, I've been planting.
Oh. I have the shovel. All right, I got it.
There's been some digging.
We buried a body.
Alyxander, upon being specifically told he couldn't go out there, would near when they get back and would try to actually do it so that Garnet and Arianna didn't notice, but would try to use Mask of Many Faces and cast Disguise Self.
Oh.
Ooh.
But pretty
Sneaky.
subtly,
Mhm.
just like changing is not like his height, but would change his robe color and like his face and hair, so that basically the person who was at the door who told him no like wouldn't recognize that this was Alex.
What color robes are you? First off, I need somebody to roll a persuasion check to talk your way back. Just your way out of the grove, because they've got caretakers watching the entrances. 15 from Garnet. All right, easy.
Arianna shouldn't be doing the talking right now.
Yeah, Arianna, you still feel very, very like your center of balance is a little bit off. You got some vertigo when your head moves in one direction. The whole room kind of in that direction. Occasionally, you have double vision. It's this very soft feeling to everything. Like it's not quite real. They're a little fuzzy. You have the
Where do
poisoned
children
condition
go?
until you recover, which is disadvantage on basically everything except saving throws. Now, Alexander, what robe color are you going for?
So yellow's the next one. That's a year ahead.
Mhm.
What would be the year above that?
Green.
Green, then green robes.
Okay, so you're going as generic green robe student number 32.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, awesome. So you disguise you just step behind them and disguise yourself and hope that they're just not looking behind the whole
Yeah.
time.
I mean, if they do, they do. But
All right. As you're making your way, talking your way past the caretakers at the door, would Garnet or Arianna glance behind them at Alexander?
Or like conversational, like talking about class or something, and like peer over and be like, "Oh, where did Alex go? Who are you? What?"
Who are you while explaining to the caretaker?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh wait, yeah, not in
Strange
front of
man's not with us.
Stranger
Stranger
danger.
would
Mummy
this
told me
be-
not to leave the grove with weird men.
Would this be right in front of the caretaker or like?
No.
Okay.
Like down the hall somewhere. I
I
don't know.
had the feeling that Alex wouldn't have done that until you might have been in front of the person that said no to you.
Right out of sight,
that-
right?
that's
Like
what-
immediately
yeah.
out of sight.
Yeah.
That's what the goal of it was. Like as we were approaching like the hall actually,
Mhm.
so like wouldn't do it upon exiting the grove, but as we're approaching the hall. But then I mean I'm sure Garnet would have, at that point turned around and like don't worry, it's me, Alex. It's just to not get in trouble.
Oh, secret agent. I like it. Nice. Why'd you go green? There's so many better colors.
There's a point to it.
Okay.
All right. A lot of you sneak your way back inside, and it's been an hour or two. Athalor, what have you been up to?
I think he just returned to like doing his final project prep and stuff, and also side-eyeing a book of potential combat spells. Like, you know what? Maybe I will go and blast that.
Oh god. Fight.
Wizard
fight.
duel prep.
Cramming for a wizard duel.
All right. The lot of you get back to the common room. You see Athalor, maybe a little bit paler, a little bit green around the gills, still recovering.
About half the weight he usually is.
Nice.
Also temporarily with the poisoned condition, very foggy-minded. And what would a lot of you do at any point, by the way, you are now able to just say, and we go back to our lives, we go back to studying. But barring that, what else would the lot of you like to do?
Okay, so we got through there, no problem. Into the hall again.
Yeah, your spell worked
All right.
great.
Nice. Okay, sick. Upon getting out of vision of that person, Alex would then go back to normal.
Yeah.
I didn't even need it. All right, fine.
Where were you
It's good
three?
now.
Well, I mean, you would have needed it. If you didn't have
Yeah.
it, there would have been questions.
For sure.
I probably this is probably the first time Garnet has ever seen Arianna this distressed. And she obviously looks very like looks like shit and all this stuff. So Charlotte like goes over, kind of whispers in her ear, like, "Do you want to go see a counselor, or do you want to go? Do you want me to come with you to see the nurse, or?"
Uh, you know, something tells me that they would not appreciate knowing what I did.
Just food poisoning.
I think they'd know better than that.
Unless,
We're good at lying.
unless there was another case of food
Oh
poisoning.
no. Oh no.
Because that might be feasible. I don't want to explain how I know, but I do.
Yeah, maybe you guys are right. I still feel so bad.
You could always just say it was an accident, like you were working on your project and stumbled across it by mistake.
Arianna, as he says that, the misty, reflected, half visible image of a robed figure standing right behind Alexander, looming over him, its face obscured with a hood, wrapped with a mask, its robe dripping almost, made of liquid darkness, amorphous, flowing. Two hateful pinpoints of blue light burning above the mask that it wears in an otherwise opaque face. Just for a brief moment, you see this figure sort of towering over Alexander with one hand on his shoulder, and you blink and it's gone.
Huh.
Are you okay? Do you need a bucket?
No, I thought I saw something, but I guess it was just my imagination again.
Residual effects of the drugs.
Of the what?
Yeah.
Don't say that out loud. Oh
Yeah.
no, now Athalor wants some.
I don't want them, but I. What?
You know what? At the Laura, I'll explain it later. I think I should just go get seen right now.
Yep.
Come
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, we can walk you over.
Okay. Sounds good.
I also need medical attention.
All right. So the four of you make your way to the nurse's office. Knock on the door, admit yourselves to be seen. The nurse is wearing the robes of a caretaker, but with a gold trim around the edge and a green pendant. And has just racks and racks of various tinctures and plants and herbs and other healthcare solutions along the wall. And how do you explain yourself? What are you reporting yourselves in for? Do you have a note? You don't
Yeah,
need
my-
one. I just have to ask.
My note's in bathroom C.
Oh yeah, I figured you'd be coming through.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
God.
Yep.
I don't have a note, but I was out doing some field work, and then all of a sudden it started raining, and I just think I hit my head. I must have slipped and fell. Alex and Garnet, they just found me lying on the ground.
Roll a deception check, Arianna.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
17. All right, excellent. You can already see the nurse just grabs like off the shelf a vial of a thick pink potion and hands it over to Athalor.
Fucking fuck.
Well, bottoms up. Wait. Do I take the whole thing?
Yeah, immediately. And I'm going to prescribe some more later on, and maybe some of the purple tablets as well. We'll see. Yeah, kind of chalky, kind of cloying sweet, but got that magical kick to it. All right. So you've passed.
Burping bubbles.
Exactly. Little cotton candy bubbles going off. All right. The nurse is going to tend to Arianna. Looks into your eyes with a light spell to see, pupil reaction, takes your temperature, goes for a blood sample with a small little pinprick. This won't hurt a bit. It's enchanted not to.
Ooh, I wish that existed in real life.
I
Damn.
know, right?
Damn, same.
Goes for that and takes a moment and frowns and says, yes. And the nurse grabs your arm, checks your pulse, looks at the blood sample, frowns again, very confused, gets out a couple of herbs. Something's not right. I think you're going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay. You seem to be doing.
Let off with that.
you seem to be doing all right. We're going to get you a few herbs to clear your head, some hot chicken soup, a couple of potions to go along with it. My herbalism kit is getting a false positive, I'm pretty sure, because, you're alive. So, yeah, you seem to be okay. Get lots of rest and take this and this and this and this. And mutters to himself with a brief cantrip, passes over your forehead. Yeah, you should be all right. Just rest the rest of the day. Drink this. Eat a nice full meal. Get lots of sleep. Drink this right before you go to bed.
I think Arianna would be a little cautious. She knew she just lied her way through medical treatment. Would she know that any of the things that were given to her would actually help with Mordain poisoning?
Roll a... Do you have proficiency in the herbalism kit? Did we add that to your character sheet last time?
Yes.
Roll that for me with intelligence.
Okay.
Or medicine. I would also accept medicine. You yourself are not entirely familiar with the treatment of Mordain poisoning. Some of these seem to be for general, took something bad for you, kind of the equivalent of taking activated carbon, but a magically accelerated version of that. But yeah, Mordain Vapor is pretty sophisticated, exotic stuff, so you are not totally clear on this. Also, your brain's kind of fuzzy, so I should have made you roll that with disadvantage, but you didn't pass it anyways. So there you go.
Fail's a fail.
I think Arianna would feel a little guilty at this point. She knows how poisonous Mordain can be, and she also recognized that the nurse was a little concerned, a little more concerned than she probably should be for a child hitting their head. I think she would be honest, and to say, I wasn't telling you everything. You see, I was kind of working with a plant I'm a little unfamiliar with. It's called Mordain. And I think I might have gotten some of it in my eye.
Okay. I want you to sit down, take a deep breath, and count to 10 for me.
1, 2.
The nurse casts Hold Person.
Okay.
And you just
Aggressive.
freeze. As far as you know, no time has passed. The nurse effectively paralyzes you with this spell, reaches under the cabinet, opens a safe, gets out the good stuff, having frozen your biological functions.
At this point, can we see what's in the safe if we're not paralyzed?
You can roll a perception check to lean over and take a look.
Shenanigans, let's go, team!
Yeah, let's go. Damn it.
10,
Damn
a
it.
6, and a natural 1.
We're all blind.
Athalor, you lean over. Leaning over was not a good idea. That was a bad idea. All right.
I can't
And-
believe this day.
The nurse sets those two things out. Roll insight, all three of you. 11 from Alyxander, 13 from Athalor, and a 15 from Garnet. Okay. Garnet, you see the nurse glance, eyeing all three of the children, and Arianna, and then a small silver bell on the wall. You get the feeling that the lot of you may be in trouble.
Oops.
All I've done is poo myself.
I'm gonna have a minor illusion kind of like alarm clock sound go off on my wrist, just covered by a sleeve. And just, oh, I have 2 p.m. potions. Alex, I told you that, right? We got to get to potions.
Oh, is it 2 already?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's. You good? You good, Arianna? You look good. We got to get to potions. Can't be late. And I start kind of walking.
Roll a
out.
deception check, please. With disadvantage.
But I was all creative.
Convenience.
Oh.
It was creative. But the nurse waves a hand and the door locks itself.
That's ominous.
Well, are you gonna write the slip then? Cause there's a test today.
Do we have to sign for her?
I don't. She reaches over to pull the string on the silver bell. Do the three of you do anything?
Alyxander casts Charm Person
Oh yeah, let's go.
on the nurse.
Okay.
Oh,
What is the spell save DC on your spells?
14.
They gave inspiration to DM. Stupid chat.
Stupid shit.
14. That's a save.
Oh.
The spell washes over the nurse, and the nurse is not charmed. Garnet and Athalor, do the two of you do anything?
I think Athalor thinks he can ride this out on his actual food poisoning.
So she's trying to ring a bell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast a minor illusion on a door and have it knock the door that's locked.
Okay. So as she's
And-
reaching for the bell, you have it knock.
Yeah, like kind of like an aggressive, like urgent knock at the door.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll a Arcana check for me.
And there's no verbal or somatic in case this is for that. Okay.
17. All right. She looks down and says, the three of you stay right where you are. And the door is only like 5 feet away. She moves over to check the door.
At that moment, I'm gonna grab everyone and cast Pass Without Trace, and just
You're
It's a Hail
interrupting
Mary, but
Arianna's
let's...
medical procedure as well.
Okay, the spell does not make you invisible. I want to point that out. It makes you
Let's-
extremely stealthy, but not invisible.
Let's just see what happens when we dart out the other direction.
Okay, so
Are we
you
leaving
grab.
Arianna, and is she affected by hold person?
Oh, we're carrying her ass, right?
Try and break her out of a spell. Come the fuck on. That
Okay.
spine can't be that resilient, can it?
Round 1. Nurse is at the
Oh.
door. Garnet casts Pass Without Trace. Alexander and Athalor, what do the two of you do?
I think I'm gonna pass without trace.
As soon
gonna
as
That would have been
Fast.
useful earlier, wouldn't it?
Alexander wants to prepare a spell for as soon as the door is opened. Wants to make a silent image of
Oh.
a person outside of the door. Probably like there wouldn't happen to be anybody like a caretaker
hell.
figure that's mute at the school that people know, would there?
Oh my god.
Random individuals on the table for that.
What is up?
Okay,
Spitballing here.
so here's how this works.
No is perfectly fine, but
Here's how this works. The answer is no, unless you
Mute
pony
with
up 2 inspiration.
2 inspiration.
Yes, because you can spend 1 inspiration to modify, to add a detail to a scene that gives you an advantage of some kind. 2, to give you a significant advantage. And having there just happen to be a caretaker who in this particular lodge. Now, absolutely, there would be mute caretakers at the school, but to have one who happens to work at your particular area, who you would know, is awfully convenient. So the convenience task is 2 inspiration. Who's got it?
What if I just helped with the
Not me.
minor illusion, like creating sounds? Because I can create voices with
Mhm.
minor illusion.
Oh, we're
Didn't
team
chat
working.
give me inspiration?
You have 3 right now, Necra.
Oh my god.
I am.
Oh, we're
so
team donate,
here-
okay.
Here's the thing with Arianna, right? Arianna did not realize that the consequence of her actions would be to get the rest of them in trouble. When she said that, she literally thought she could die, and that the things in front of her were not going to do enough to actually help save her situation.
I think your justification was completely valid, by the way. All right. So, this
I
isn't
have
something
to
that
dedicate-
Arianna is doing actively, by the way. She acted in good faith. She's currently paralyzed by the spell. And Necra is spending 2 points of inspiration to make there happen to be. That being said, because you created this character, you have to name and describe them.
Okay.
what?
You have to
Um,
name and describe this new character who's being added to the world.
Me?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, no.
Their second name could be Loud Roar for irony.
I don't know. That is a great.
This is a
Great
brief window into the life
question.
of the Dungeon Master.
You know what? Their name is Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Okay. Their name is Raleigh. He's got big bushy eyebrows. You know, that kind of go like this.
Great.
And he you know, he's got like a really nice like long head of hair. And he keeps the rest of his face well shaven. But he also, to communicate, uses like his wand to write out words. Hello,
Alright.
Raleigh.
All right, welcome to the universe, Raleigh.
Academy.
All right, so whenever interacting with somebody who isn't fluent in sign language, of which a good number of the staff are, Raleigh uses this wand in order to communicate. So the nurse opens the little slider on the window, or opens the door to see Raleigh on the other side. Alyxander has just done that. Athalor, are you still counting on writing this out, or did you have some sort of action that you wanted to take?
I have added to this by using the prestidigitation cantrip to make the illusion smell like blood, to add another little sensory facet to the overall deception.
Oh my god.
Do people smell like blood where you come from?
Well, they knocked urgently and we're trying to make them forget about the other major violation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Alyxander, what do you have Raleigh do, smelling of blood?
Yeah, so, okay, Raleigh, as this silent image, is it feasible to have the silent image be able to, like, make words with, like, their wand? Be able
Yeah,
to do
that'd
something
be
like that?
an image.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then Raleigh would, in one hand, holding a piece of a red robe with like blood on it and on their hand, and the other wand with frantic movements, kind of like spelling out two students at the plant wall stuck on it, need you immediately.
You guys are just leaving a trail of trauma in your wake. I'm kind of proud. Will this deception and leading a nurse who cares about the lives of the students of IOTH Academy to believe that two of them are bleeding out, caught in thorns elsewhere in the area, get our kids out of a drug charge? Find out in about 5 minutes when we come back.